Hi, I am Donald Sindel Miguel. You can call me Sir Mix, and our topic for today is all about contemporary world. What can you say about this picture? It is a creative way of defining what is the contemporary world. As you can see at the picture, it is what you call development. Development of all countries. When the country is being developed, it needs to be secure. That's why there are jet fighters and tanks for them to secure their country. And it is part of the modern world or contemporary. Let's define contemporary world. According to definition.net, modern world, modern times, present times, a more or less definite period of time, now or previously present, it was a sign of the time. That is contemporary world. Next. In general, globalization is sharing of culture, money, products, and also the advancement of transportation and the communication. Globalization is also a social process where people become more and more aware of other cultures and people across geographical, political, and social borders. That's why other people want to go abroad so that they feel or they try or they want to know what are the culture of other countries. Globalization also defines the economic interdependence of different countries as well as the advancement in communication technology. And the progress of technology in general have all contributed to globalization. Globalization as the expansion or the extension and intensification or increasing the strength of social relations and consciousness across world time and across world space. It is defined by Manfred Stiger. Dimension called scapes. It is according to Arjun Appadurai. The first scape is what we call ethnoscape. It is refers to the flow of people across boundaries, while people such as labor migrants or refugees travel out of necessity or in search of better opportunities for themselves and their families. Leisure travels are also part of this scape. That's why other people want to work abroad for having a better opportunities or a greener pasture. And also, in this scape also included those people who love travel. Traveling across any country or abroad, it is part of this scape. Next is what you call technoscape. It is a term that refers to the worldwide arrangement and movement of technologies across international boundaries. Mechanical technology, which is a physical technology such as machinery, automobiles, nuts and bolts, and so on. From the word techno, it means technology. Next is mediascape. In short, it refers to the distribution of electronic technologies, entities, or capabilities which produce information as well as the information they disseminate. The example of these mediascapes is the internet, the television, the radio, the magazines, and the newspaper. Next is financescape. Refers to the different forms of capital and movement of such capital across the world for various purposes. What types of capital are we talking about? Example include cash or having the electronic equivalent like bank transfers, stocks via stock exchanges, currencies via the currency exchange, the commodities via the commodity market, and in today's era, things like decentralized virtual currency, what you call the Bitcoin, via peer-to-peer mechanism, as well as the exchanges. From the word finance, it is all about money. It is all about how money is moving across the world. The last scape is what we call the ideoscapes. It is one of more difficult concepts to describe and understand with respect to global cultural flow. In very short order, we can define ideoscapes as combination of audio, text, images, and the resultant idea expressed therein. Moreover, this term is more often used with respect to the politically based ideologies, and the key terms thereof used by the government or counter-government groups and movements seeking to claim power. Common examples of ideoscapes include the term of, as well as the notions and images behind democracy, welfare, human rights, and so forth. Let's analyze the scapes more, or we need to understand the scapes much easier. The first is the ethnoscape, or what you call the flow of people. The migrants, the asylum seekers, the exiles, and the tourists. Technoscape is what you call the flow of technology, hardware components, and technical know-how. Next is financescapes. It is the flow of money, national stock exchange, and commodity speculation. It is all about money. Next is mediascapes. It is flow of information. How the information flows across the world through newspaper, magazine, satellite, television channels, website, and the image and the symbol they create and provide across the internet. Next, the ideoscape. It is all about the flows of ideas, human rights, environmentalism, free trade, movements, and the fear of terrorism. There are what you call the advantages and the disadvantages of globalization. First, we need to discuss the advantages. What are the advantages of globalization? First is to increase the free trade between nations. Next is increased liquidity of capital, allowing the investors in developed nations to invest in developing nations. Corporations have greater flexibility to operate across borders. Global mass media ties the world together. Increased flow of communications allow vital information to be shared between individuals and corporations around the world. Greater ease and speed of transportation for goods and people. Then reduction of likelihood of war between developed nations. The last is increases in environmental protection in developed nations. Next, we discuss the disadvantages of the globalization. First is the unequal economic growth, lack of local businesses, increases potential global recessions, then it exploits cheaper labor markets, causes the job displacement. That's it for our today discussion. It's all about Chapter 1, the introduction of the contemporary world. And stay tuned for the next chapter.